Well, I've got to eat a little crow this afternoon. I was last night come up here and was working on building my little dam here for my little catch basin, and that old mud's down in there, and it kind of got over there over my pipe, which it got dark, and so that joint right there with that white ring in the dark last night, I backed over it, and so you can see what I got laying on the ground here. Travis got to dig out 40 foot of 12-inch tile and redo it. So I guess it was maybe a good thing. I put it on deeper here so I could bury the whole pipe, in which I was able to pack around it really well, back all the way back to the pipe. I had some water in there, so that's a little soupy, but I was able to get it packed in here, so I think that'll prevent from getting that seepage like I was getting through. But needless to say, it's not been a fun evening, so I'm throwing a little dirt back in here, and I got to get this pipe covered up. And I've got called in reinforcements, so guys that graded the pad up there for me, they're going to come tomorrow and come in here and haul the mud out that I dug out of the pond down there, and start carrying some topsoil on this bottom and get everything slicked up. So anyway, it is what it is, but that I didn't video it because I was a little aggravated. So I got it back in. Let's cover it up. One other bit of good news to share with you. If you notice, I took that old crooked tree down. It was right here, just in the way, and was going to cause a bunch of problem on getting in here to be able to backfill this and dress it up the way I wanted to. But when I dug that tree out, I thought I was getting seepage from this little spring here, but I dug, you can see right here, I dug a core trench down, and it was actually dry, and I cored this and packed it in tight to keep water from seeping into this hole. But water's still coming, so I think I've got an underground, because I always wondered where water came from in this little bottom. But I think when I dug that stump or tree out right here, it has opened up a little wet weather spring or whatever in the ground. So look at all that water going down through there. Lovely. So what I'm going to try to do, I have a French drain right here that runs through there. So I'm going to try to get over here and dig down and go over here and find where my French drain is. And then I've got some of that 4-inch perforated pipe. I'm going to cut about 4 or 5 of them and lay down in there and cover it up with plastic. I don't have any fabric, but I'm gonna run them over here to my French drain, and that way maybe we can give it an easier path to get over here to that drain versus coming to the top of the ground. And then we're gonna be backfilling this with about 12, probably 12, 15 inches of dirt in here and creating a little swell. So hopefully that'll keep it pushed down, and maybe we can get it to go that drain and keep it from doing that. So, oh, the joys. All right, you can see right there, when I dug that out, water started squirting up out of the ground. So that might be the culprit. Now the problem is finding this French drain without just tearing it all to pieces. See what we can do. All right, I found the culprit, and there she's coming. What it's doing, apparently it's coming under the ground out of this little old valley here. But there she is, and that's the reason this water was up here so high, because it's elevated. But there it is coming in, and I mean that's a lot of water coming in. So I'm going to take me 4 or 5 of these pipe, and I'm going to run over there to that French drain, and we'll cover it up and see if that'll carry some of that water and keep it from coming to the top of the ground. All right, now this could be a total waste of time. What I've done is got 2 perforated pipe. I've got it over here to the end. You can see in just probably 10 minutes how much water's come in here. But I have ran, kind of got this on grade where it'll fall over here. And this is going into my French drain. I've got it covered up with plastic, so no mud will clog me up from the top. Hopefully I can sort of seal that. But I'm gonna get over here and wrap a piece of that, wrap that plastic over the end, and then I will poke me a few holes in it, but then hopefully it'll build up from the bottom, and this will give it an easier path to go that French drain versus doing what it's been doing, coming to the top of the ground and causing that. So surely that'll be an easier path for it. So this is all going to get, probably when it's all said and done, 3 foot of dirt over top of it. So we'll give it a shot. Hey, if water comes to the top of the ground, we'll dig another trench. I'm getting pretty good at digging trenches, so we'll give it a shot. Well, it's another day. Brought the chainsaw up here with me. I've got to go down here and cut that tree I pushed down. I got to get it cut up so I'll throw it in that dump trailer and haul it up out of there. But I got reinforcements. Wayne come back up. He's got that mud hauled out where I dug out of the pond, and he's hauling some dirt in there to fill my valley up. So let's try to get some work done. That's a little faster than that tractor and dump trailer. I got my 6-inch tile in. Got it up through there 100 feet. I'll have to tie a little piece on the top. Once I get up there, I'll show you what I'm doing. All right, last night we come down here and I dug and found this just little underground spring coming out of under the ground here somewhere, but I stuck 2 perforated pipe in there and piped it over to my French drain, but for some reason that's not carrying it. So I dug a pit and I filled it up with about 2 foot of those riprap rock, and then I've dug a trench, which dirt's fell back in, but I've got a 6-inch tile run all the way in the pond, so I'm going to run it up here, stop it, and then I'm going to drive a fence post here at the end of it. That way I know where the end of it is. But then I've got a few scoops of fill line rock, and I'm going to cover the end of it up, and hopefully we can capture this water in this tile, because we'll backfill this on up another 12 inches, probably 16 inches of dirt over top of it. So hopefully this water comes out of the ground here, it can catch my tile and then run to the pond without coming to the surface. And that's the reason we've got such a muddy mess, is that water has been just seeping out of the ground, running through there, and it's just made for a mess. So that's the plan. I'm gonna run that tile in there, put some fill line rock over it, and then we'll cover it up, and hopefully that'll take care of our water. Well, you think it'll work, folks? I'm gonna try it and see. Hopefully groundwater will come out and hit my pit here where I've got the riprap and work its way up. When I cover that up, hopefully that'll dam that up to where that water will come up and find the end of that pipe, and that'll be the path of least resistance to take it down to the pond. So let's hope it works. I'm gonna try to find enough dry dirt here to cover it up. We'll give it a shot. I got my fence post there. If it doesn't work, at least I'll know I can come in here and dig it up and find it again, and who knows what we'll do. Halfway got the ditch covered up. It's just a muddy mess up there, and it's, anyway, what I've done is I come down here and I pulled the pipe up out of the pond, and so we're gonna leave it right here and let's see if it fills up with water. So that'll be a good test to see if it's working or not. I'm gonna go down here and dress up around the overflow. It's supposed to be getting quite a bit of rain tonight, so just as always, it gets dry enough to work, then it rains. But I got to get that ready, that way it'll handle the water. This pond in a week has probably come up, I would say, 4 feet, every bit of it, if not, yeah, every bit of 4 feet. So we got quite a bit of water coming in, so I got to get it ready. If it rains a lot, it'll fill on up. Okay, I got my rubber membrane. I got it stretched over the top of the overflow. I've got it extended out each way to kind of hopefully keep that water from seeping around my overflow. So I'm getting ready to take some of this dirt and I'll pile on top of it. And then I've drug around here and the pond's filled up on me quicker than I thought. But I'm gonna pack a little dirt in here around the corners. That way, hopefully we can seal it against that membrane. Hopefully we don't get any water seeping through. So that's that. Before it gets dark, I'm gonna check and see if we've got any water running through her pipe we just put in the ground. If it is, it should have water in the bottom. Oh yeah, baby. She's full. There she comes. Well, maybe that'll work. For how long, who knows, but that's how much water was coming out of the ground. And so that's the reason I had all this mud down here in the bottom and couldn't get anything to dry up. So maybe that'll help the cause. So it's amazing how much water was just squirting out of the ground. Hopefully that'll fix it. Let's move some dirt.